congratulations on the win this evening. How did it feel for you personally out there?
It was good. It was a good, tough battle. Obviously, we kept quite a lot of the ball in the forwards, and I think to only concede 3 points tonight, I think it's a step forward for the boys. We've still got things to work on, but yeah, it was good, tough.
For you, when you came off, you had a little bit of strapping on your thigh. Could you tell us what that was for?
Just a minor dead leg. Took a knee early on in the first half, and just getting it right. Speaking to the physios, so nothing really.
You actually got quite a lot of praise off the back of your performance this evening and throughout the whole tour. How do you feel personally about your chances for getting a test shirt next week?
I had a similar question earlier. Obviously, it'd be amazing to get a test under my belt, but for me, obviously, it's about winning the test series. So the coach is going to pick obviously the best 23, and if I'm not involved in that, as long as we go out and do the job and win, I'll be just as happy. So I've done what I could have done, obviously from the previous games and tonight, to put my foot forward. But obviously, if it's not right, then I'll just have to take it on the chin.
Can you just talk us through what the game plan was this evening and what Warren wanted to see from you and where you think you executed it well?
Game plan. Obviously, the game plan's been pretty similar. We're going into our tap penalties quite a bit at the minute, and we felt like we had a bit of success off the mauls. We're getting a few penalties, obviously midfield. So I think like I said, we kept it in the forwards quite a bit tonight, and I think it did work out well. There's still things to work on. They collapsed their maul quite well, and there was getting a bit of joy out of that. But for us, I think as a forward back, it's a step closer to where we want to be.
Okay, if I can ask one now to Mr. Rees-Zammit alongside you.
Hello.
It's not the sort of question I would normally start with, but when we're coming from a man who's famous for his haircuts, coming straight to you, please talk us through what happened with the fines committee and the lightning bolt.
Yeah, it was a tough one. No, I just had a little fine, and we have a little dice roll system, so unfortunately it landed on a number that I didn't want, and then I had to have that lightning bolt in my head.
You didn't choose the lightning bolt then?
No, I did not.
Just checking. Okay. I will move on to more serious questions now, so thank you for clearing that up for us. Just talk us through how it went for you this evening and what it was like running in that try.
Yeah, obviously great performance from the boys. It made my job a lot easier when I came on. We wore them out first half, and then we knew they were going to be energetic first 10 minutes of the second half. So we had to kind of balance that out, and as soon as we got through that, we could start playing a bit more because we knew they were a bit tired. And then when I came on, just tried to bring fresh legs on and do whatever I could to help the team.
And just lastly from me then, how would it feel for you next week if you did get the nod to be involved?
It would be absolutely amazing. But we got a full training week next week to prepare anyone who plays. So it's all over to Warren to pick the best 23, and whoever that may be, we're supporting the boys.
Thank you.
Okay, James. You're on mute, James. You're on mute, James.
Sorry, one for you, Luke. It's James here. Big difference in physicality facing you next week. You must be pleased with lots of aspects of what's happened, the line out, the scrums so far. What are you going to be focusing on this week? What are you looking to improve upon?
There's obviously loads of things we can improve on. We haven't been together too long. There's been different combinations in the pack for the last few weeks. So it's really just, moulding together well. I think, like I said, line-out wise, they got quite a bit of joy out of sacking us. So, we'll have little works on that. And then just scrum time, we always work on similar stuff in the live scrums. So it'll just be, like I said earlier, gluing together, getting the last little bits right. Because I think we've gone well so far in the series. Just looking forward to next week.
And Lewis, similar question to you. You must have really enjoyed being on the end of some of the midfield back work. What are you going to be looking as your key work-ons this week as a backline?
Obviously, we had a bit of we obviously played a strong South Africa team on Wednesday, and We knew they kicked the ball a lot, so aerial work will be a big work on this week, making sure we can take the ball in the air, and our escort lines are pretty solid. So I'd probably say that, but obviously we've got exciting backs, and to play with the ball whenever we can is always a joy.
Good luck, mate.
Hey, Luke. It's a question for Luke, please. Greg Townsend was saying yesterday about how this game is particularly important in terms of test selection. It's the last one the selectors will see. What's your approach going into a game like this, knowing that a big performance could sort of nudge it in your favour?
I prep and play each game. This is pretty much the same, whether it's for a club, England or the Lions. Obviously, I want to put my best foot forward. I try and play my best rugby most games. Obviously, sometimes you get that, sometimes you don't. And I think I did put a foot closer forward potentially to get in the 23. But like I said earlier, if I don't get in the team, if I don't get in the 23, all I want is for the boys to win. So, it was exciting. It was good to get the MOM, but there was 23 other guys that played tonight were outstanding. So I'm just excited to see what we'll bring next week.
Sure. How have you found your Lions experience overall, the tour as a whole so far?
Oh, it's been incredible. Obviously, it's a thing you've wanted to do since you were younger. First was international, and then obviously when the Lions come around and I got selected, it was massive. And I've loved every minute of it. The boys have been real good. I think we've knitted really well as a team. And just to get some game time, really. I didn't have the most game time at the start, obviously coming in a bit late. And then just to get another start tonight was massive for me. And I just want to play as much minutes as I can in the tour and, see where it goes.
Do you feel like you've built up a bit of momentum?
As a team?
Yeah, and yourself?
Me, maybe. I think I've been playing reasonably okay. Obviously, I've been selected for this, so obviously Gat's seen something of me before. But yeah, I think it's been going well for me so far. And main thing, obviously, set piece. I think set piece has been going well. My lineouts have been going well, and wherever else I can help out the team, I will.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Katie.
Hi there. Can I ask Lewis a question, please? Hi there, it's Katie from Wales Online. Hope you're well. Can I ask then, that try that you were running in, it looks like you're not even trying really, it looks like you're in third gear. Would you agree there's so much more to come from you there?
Yeah, there is, but I just had to do what I could to get to the line.
Yeah. And what's the overall experience been like so far? It wasn't that long ago you were getting your Wales debut. Are you just taking it all in your stride as it sunk in? Yes,
yeah, I've had a pretty amazing, 18 months really. To get my first Wales call up last August, and then to get a Lions call up was even more special. So I'm absolutely loving it here. All the boys are great, and as Luke said, we've knitted really well. So it's been great.
And how do you think the so-called Lions auditions have gone so far then? Do you think there's any more you could have done for next week and beyond?
As in me?
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to, perform. Sorry, I'm just trying to perform at my best, and whatever I can do to help the team, whether that's scoring or taking high balls or making meters, whatever that may be. I'm trying to do that for the team. It's not for myself. So, it's down to Gats to choose the best 23 for next week, and whoever that may be, then we're really looking forward to it.
And last one from me then. Is there any chance you can clarify what the fine was for the haircut?
I actually can, yeah. It wasn't that stupid. Like, I just lost in table tennis, so they fine you for whatever they can, the fines committee. So
is that your first fine?
Yeah, that was my first fine, and hopefully I haven't got any more.
No. He's going to have He spoke about too much tonight.
What's that? Sorry, the mic's not working very well on your side.
He's trying to say that's not my only fine, but we'll agree to disagree.
Luke, can you elaborate on what the other fine you think is?
I can't really talk about the fine system. I think that's where he's gone wrong. So we'll just come together as a players group and decide.
Okay, great. Thanks and good luck both.
Cheers.
Cookie.
Sure. Luke, hi. It's Michael Corkin from RT Radio here. I'm just wondering if you can talk about how conscious people were during the course of the week
Sorry, how what?
You know, with this final match, how conscious were you during the course of the week that this was a final audition, for want of a better phrase? I mean, you were the fortunate ones tonight from shirts 1 to 23 to make that lasting final impression.
You know, I didn't really look at it that way. It was more we come off a defeat last week, but on Wednesday. So it's more about, you know, getting that right. Working on a few things on the Friday. Obviously, we had a bit of a longer team run. And then just putting our foot forward this week, coming away with a good result and, you know, getting morale a bit higher again. So for me, it was quite easy. I haven't really been looking too far ahead. Sounds cliche, but it is. It's whatever you can do for the team. You try and do, and obviously in this case, the things that the boys have been doing for the team has been working out well, and everyone's been playing quite well. So, you know, we'll just see what happens next week.
And it does appear that on the pitch you're enjoying each other's company. You can see that by the way that you're actually playing. I mean, how difficult has it been over the last couple of weeks, given that we're in a pandemic, to bring four nations together? As you said, some players like yourself came in that a little bit late.
It's been pretty easy, to be fair. I think Warren's done a great job, and the guys that he's brought in here, we got on quite well. There's no real guys that I think, you know, I don't like. So it has been easy, and playing for the boys and winning for the boys, it's when you're on that emotions high, and it's so easy to connect. And we've had a few games to do that now. And like I said, yeah, tonight I was loving it. You know, when boys putting big shots or turnovers or whatever really happened, tries, you know, it's just so easy to celebrate. And I think that brings us closer together.
And just a final question for me, if you don't mind. I mean, you know, a lot of players in positions have made one or two other people who are their kind of direct competitors. The hooking berth, there are four hookers there. There's a lot of competition, but you know, you've got to help each other out, basically.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, competition is always good for training. You know, you're improving each day when you've got competition. On the training field, obviously, we try and train as best we can. We try and improve as a player and put your best foot forward. And then when it comes, you know, and the team's picked, you do whatever you can to help that guy prepare for the game. And I think I've had it with Jamie for years now, and the other two it's just brilliant. We're working well as a full.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you, big man.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Cheers, boys.
Fucking tables, Anna. Fuck me. I had to think.